So this question is one of the hardest types of questions that you can face for this topic, because it's not just multiplying with a common difference. It's not just raising to the power of n or something along those lines. It's a combination of several different things you need to do. Now, the way I like to tackle this is I like to round the numbers so that we can have something close to a common difference. So, for example, I see this 4.75. I can try to round it to 5, and this one I round to 10, this one I round to 15, and this one I round to 20, right? If we do this, we can have a common difference of plus 5, right? We can have a common difference of plus 5, and when we have a common difference of plus 5, we can try our position to term rule of starting with 5n, right? So if we look at this one, we should be at 5, but right now it's 4.75, so we need to adjust it by doing minus 1 over 4, right? So let's do that. So 5n minus 1 over 4. Same thing with here. We want to be at 10. We need to get it to become 10.5. So it's 5n plus a half. 15 to become 16 is 5n plus 1. And this one is 5n plus 1. Now, what we want to try to do is we want to try to get a pattern going off this second bit right here. A big thing is you have a plus 1 here and another plus 1 here. That gives you a clue that this might not be the pattern that you want. This is probably wrong. So let's not go for multiples of 5, right? Let's not go for multiples of 5. You can try others that are pretty close to this one, such as multiples of 4. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and move on to multiples of 6. So 12, 16. Wait, what? Oh, no. Multiples of 6, so that should be 18. And this should be 24. Okay, so if this was true, right, our common difference is plus 6, and so on and so forth. So our term-to-term rule would be 6n, and then to get from 6 to become, 4.75 is minus 1 and a quarter. So 6n from 12 to become 10.5 is minus 1 and a half. From that to that is 6n minus 2. And from that to that is 6n minus 3. You can see that it's all different and there's a specific pattern, right? The second bit here is slowly increasing. This we can work with. So to make it easier to analyze, I'm just going to change the second part to become a improper fraction with the same denominators. So this one becomes 6n. So 6n minus 5 over 4, 6n minus 3 over 2, and if I want to make them the same denominator, it's just 6 over 4, 6n minus 8 over 4, and 6n minus 12 over 4. Now we can start to see a pattern, right? We can start to see a pattern between all of them. To get from here to here, to get from here to here is just the second part, right? Is minus a quarter. To get from here to here is minus 2 over 4. Here to here is minus 4 over 4. Okay, so that gives us a hint of what we need to do. Now, since I see that the first rule here is minus 1 over 4, I'm going to try to separate them. Right? I'm going to try to separate minus 1 over 4 from that one. So if I have 6n minus 1 over 4, what's going to be left here is 4 over 4. Right? Oh, minus 4 over 4. Right? And I'm going to try to make it so that all of them have this middle part here, minus 4 over 4. So it's 6n, right, 6n minus 4 over 4 minus 2 over 4, 6n minus 4 over 4 minus 4 over 4, and 6n minus 4 over 4 minus 8 over 4. So now we get to something pretty close, right? We get something Pretty close to being correct, close to being your final answer. What we want to do here is we want to see again what's different between all of them, right? So we have a minus 1 over 4, minus 2 over 4, minus 4 over 4, and minus 8 over 4. So what we are doing here is multiplying by 2, right? Multiplying by 2, multiplying by 2, right? We have a rule that's that everyone follows, right? And it's consistent. It's not changing again and again like we did here. So we are very much on the right track. Okay, so if we have a times 2, what we want to do, times 2 times 2 times 2, is we want to do is 6n minus 4 over 4. Let me just change 4 over 4 to become 1. 6n minus 1 minus 2 over 4. 6n minus 1 minus 4 over 4. And 6n minus 1 minus 8 over 4. So what I'm going to do here is we want to multiply this 6n minus 1 minus 1 over 4 times 2 to the power of n, right? Because every time we move, we multiply it by 2. And let's see if this is correct. When n equals to 2, when n equals to 1, this becomes 6n minus 1 minus 1 over 4 to the power of 2. That's not correct. So instead, we do something else. Instead of to the power of n, let's do n minus 1. Right? So in that case, when n equals to 1, and n equals to 1, this whole thing becomes 0, and this just becomes 6n minus 1 minus 1 over 4. Okay, and that's it. Let's check with the other. So we know that this one is wrong. Let's check if this one is true. So if we do the n equals to 4, right? So 6n minus 1 minus 1 over 4 to 4 minus 1. That's 6n minus 1 minus to the power of 3 is 8 over 4, which is this one. So this is how you would get, how you would do these kind of questions, right? It's all about pattern recognition, right? So this is our position to term rule, and if you want the next term, just put n equals to 5 and substitute into here and here. Honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think this question is worth it. It's a lot of work for just 2 points. I would recommend, if you see questions like this, where it's a lot more complex than just multiplying by common difference, is just to skip it and do these ones last if you have any extra time, because this kind of questions is mostly trial and error. Okay, let me know if you have any questions.